Hey guys, welcome to the video. Today I just have another Yu-Gi-Oh mail opening. We have a few bits to open today, and I've been away for a few days, so I was thinking that I needed to like really fly through this unlike usual, and that I have loads of mail to open, and I kind of do. You know, I have two things that have been waiting a while for a mail opening worth doing. I have one thing from that didn't arrive in time for locals last week, and then I was expecting like 5 more parcels, so I thought I was both going to have to rush to get it all opened and then rush to get it all put together. But to my surprise, once I got home, I actually only had 2. So not only is not everything here, but it almost certainly means that nothing that I have here is going to be like useful. Like I don't think there can possibly be enough Heraldic Beast stuff here for me to make the deck today. So, you know, it's kind of like, okay, now the clock's back off. The sellers or maybe just Royal Mail have decided that we're not doing that today. But this is an interesting one. It's nice to see that this is actually in a bag of some form, because I honestly just thought it was loose cards and a bubble mailer, which is not ideal. We got the regular backup secretary, but I don't think she was supposed to be in the bundle, but she's minced either way. This is just a little bundle I got for like a couple of cards. There's one I remember, and that's for a character deck, and that is this Grave Squirmer, first edition DPO 7. Lovely. That's actually really nice. I'm glad it's in better condition than the backup secretary anyway. You know, a bit of general wear, but that's totally fine. And that can go in the Yugioh Character Deck. We've got Psychic Sword, Wind, Effigy, Byroad, Sacrifice, Crystal Beacon, Straight Flush, Ritual Foregone, Patrician to Darkness, Morphtronic Rusty Engine, A-Cell Scatterburst, Rush Recklessly, Morphtronic Mix-Up, Signet Recovery, bit rogue, Last Resort, Morphtronic Force Field, Assault Mercenary, and Soul Taker. Alright, Soul Taker's not a bad card to have around. It's a card that it could be thematic in like a Bones character deck or something like that. Yeah, definitely not bad. Guess we just got it for the Grave Squirmer. I imagine that was probably like £2 or something for that bundle. Next up we have, I'm sad about this one, guys, where this guy had a load of bundles of stuff themed on like different early sets, and in one case just like generic GX stuff and stuff like that. And some of the bundles were so cool. Like the Dark Crisis bundle had loads of Guardian stuff in it that we didn't get last time when we had a bundle of Guardian stuff. Like we've got the 3 Arsenal Summoners. A Raphael deck is never going to work without 3 Arsenal Summoners, as much as we try to avoid that. And I thought, you know, that'll do the job, that'll have them sorted. Nope, that is not the case. We did not win that one. In fact, we didn't win any of them, except this one, which is the worst one, easily. And I was sat on GTA. I was sat on my Xbox playing GTA at the time when the bid was going as well, so I was not going to win the others. So this one, the one that we did win, this is a bundle of Magic Ruler stuff. And unfortunately, I don't think there's any sort of intentional character deck applications for this. It's more for collecting purposes and just cool stuff, really. If I can ever work out how to get into this box. But some of it might turn up in a character deck, you know. You never know. There's a lot of it's good, like, generic stuff. So, yeah, we'll see what we got. Some of it'll just be, you know, reasonably decent bulk. Because, you know, Magic Ruler, old stuff, old collection stuff. Yeah, I don't know, whatever. I've nearly forced my way into this box. Jesus, right. It's packaged them well. Right, okay, here we go. Right, so what did we get? Magic Ruler. First pile, we got a rare UFO turtle. I don't own one of these, so I was happy to pick that up. This could be in a character deck, I guess, like a fire character. Axel Brody or something. Mechanical Chase, we've got Slot Machine, which I actually don't use in a character deck. I don't play this in Keith because he just has better options and it's just not good enough. One-Eyed Shield Dragon, Boar Soldier, Dark Zebra, Crab Turtle, Crab People, Boar Soldier again, Ceremonial Bell. Now this is a card I like to chuck in random stuff. Like I think this was in the Arcana character deck I came up with ages ago. I don't know why, I just like the card. And, you know, both players have to reveal their hands. Kind of seems like an Arcana trick thing. Frenzied Panda, Octo Berserk, Griggle, High Tide Gyojin with some pen on the eye. Nice. This is, I love that card. Psychic Kappa. Petite Angel. Flying Kamakiri #1 in the rare. I don't think I have one of those either. Liquid Beast. Weather Report. Labyrinth Wall. Ancient One of the Deep Forest. Whiptail Crow. Minar. Electric Snake, Cyberjar is a rare. I did have one of these when I was a kid, but I don't think I have it anymore. But yeah, really nice. Slightly misprinted, so that's cool. Labyrinth Wall again. That looks fake. I think it is fake. It's very thin. Oh. Huh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's fake. Did Labyrinth Wall have a number? No, he didn't. Huh. Yeah. Quite confident that's fake. Penguin Knight. Firecracker. Wall Shadow. Nice. Twin Long Rods number 2. Fun fact, Twin Long Rods number 1 does not exist in the TCG. 3 Sonic Birds. Jigen Bakudan. Lavas. UFO Turtle again. Liquid Beast. Crab Turtle. Crab People. Peacock. Guardian of the Throne Room. Crab People. Giant Germ. Good for the Seto Kaiba character deck. Peacock and Labyrinth Wall. And I was thinking there was stuff missing. I forgot that was just the first pile. So this is a monstrous sized bundle. We got Dark Zebra, Ancient One, Tyhorn 2, Flame Swordsman, Hungry Burger, Liquid Beast, Penguin Knight, Guardian of the Throne Room, Weather Report, Masaki, the Legendary Swordsman, Petite Angel, Flash Assailant, Mechanical Snail, another Ceremonial Bell, and that's what I was thinking was missing, was the rare Nimble Momonga. I actually have 2 of this, so it's nice to have the player set. One of them is minced as well, so if there is 2 in here, which I think there is, that would be nice. And you can see he's slightly misprinted as well. Twin Long Rods number 2, Crab People, Slot Machine, Spear Cretin, Red Archery Girl, a real Labyrinth Wall First Edition, Weather Report, Giant Turtle Who Feeds on Flames ×2, Metal Fish ×2, Boar Soldier, Penguin Knight, Griggle, Labyrinth Wall, Stone Ogre Grotto, Frenzied Panda, Queen Bird, Metal Fish, Psychic Kappa, Penguin Knight, Frenzied Panda, Electric Snake, Man-Eating Treasure Chest, and a High Tide Gyojin to end on. So yeah, not a bad bundle. I think that was just a few pounds. And it's just interesting bulk to have, if nothing else. And then we're moving on to the one that arrived early this week that I was after last week. This is from Tier 0 Games, which I rate very highly as a singles site. And this was just this was the only 3 cards I needed for a Water Dragon cluster deck, and yet I still forgot to order them. But here we go. 3 Anima Dawned Archosaur. Definitely played condition, not new. I mean, look at this. Look at these smudges on the top of these 2. But, you know, it is what it is. Whatever. This card, I was just going to proxy these if I did end up playing the deck, and in the end I just played my Bastion Misawa character deck instead. I felt like there was no decks in play that would, you know, no one else had a deck that was on the level of what a Water Dragon cluster deck would be, because even if it works, even if you see a good hand, which is surprisingly more consistent than you'd expect, its plays aren't that great. So, you know, you're really stacking the deck against yourself just to play it, and I think it will be fun. But yeah, quite honestly, I thought, you know what, we'll just wait for the little crocodiles. That's totally fine. So that's that, and now we're on to the 2 new parcels. So we can definitely play Water Dragon Cluster tonight, if nothing else. But now we're on to the 2 new parcels from this week. As I say, I ordered 6 things. So I don't think, like 5 or 6 things. So I don't think these have enough stuff in them. But this one is fairly bulky, so that might be quite helpful. It also doesn't help that I know that some of the things I ordered were like just one-off random character deck, like rarity upgrades and stuff. Of course, I'd rather not arrived if the stuff I'm waiting for a deck. And this one straight away is exactly what I was just talking about. It's an Armed Dragon level 10. It's not in the greatest of conditions, but it was. I think this was like £3 something, £3.70, something like that, I want to say. God, look at that beautiful DP2 GX Era Ultra Rare. Beautiful, beautiful printing. I basically bought this because it was so much cheaper than the others. I felt like I needed to upgrade to an original print Armed Dragon for the Chaz character deck, and someone just happened to have this one listed, as I say, for like £3 something. Better than paying £15 for one in better condition. And of course, it is still first edition. It's really not bad. It's just the corners, a little bit of edging. But yeah, really not bad. You know, if I'd had one from childhood, I would expect it to look like this anyway. So yeah, that really is fine. I really don't mind, you know, my old cards not being pristine. You know, it shows character, doesn't it, at the end of the day? And I'd rather have an original Armed Dragon level 10 in the Chaz character deck in that condition than not have it. That being said, I could have waited a few more days for it, because it secures the death knell for me playing Heraldic Beast this weekend. So what have we got here? Oh yeah, okay, so this was really cool. Did manage to get a character deck card and the Dark Matter Heraldry Crest from the same seller. So this Singularity Fiend, I ordered this for Bastion. We kind of just agreed that if Eisenstein used it, then Bastion can probably use it, and that's for him. And last week I was kind of trying to work out why there was an empty sleeve in the deck, and I don't think it was this. I don't think I'd left a space for this. I think I was just missing something else. But yeah, I mean, you know, he can go in there now. And then we've got the 2 Dark Matter Demolitions, which is cool. But unfortunately for Heraldics, somehow the pile of stuff I've had for them for like 10 years only had 1 Augmented Heraldry in it. I don't know if I only ever picked one up at the time when World Superstars came out. I know that I played the deck after World Superstars came out. But yeah, maybe I only had 1 copy of it. But either way, I could only find 1. So I've had to order them, and that is a really important card. It's not expensive, but it's really good. It's like discard a card, add a heraldic spell or trap from deck to hand. You know, it's so good. And it also protects your Psychic and Machine Xyz monsters. Really, really good. So I kind of need those. Again, we could go with the same thing as... I'm assuming nothing else is missing. So we could go with the same thing as the Archosaurs from last week and just proxy the other 2 Augmented Heraldries. But I don't know. I still haven't actually looked into how this deck works in combos and stuff. So yeah, I'd still need to put some time into that and work out like ratios and stuff like that. But it's totally doable. Anyway, I imagine I will probably be splicing this together with the other mail once it arrives. So I'll see you in that video. So as it turned out, when I actually got into it, I was actually only missing 1 delivery for Heraldic Beasts. So I ended up just proxying the Augmented Heraldry, and then ironically never drew into any of the 3 copies, including the real one. I was very impressed at how much space there is in that deck. You could literally just fill that thing with hand traps and just run whatever you want in there. I was sat there trying to finish the deck, just trying to like stuff things in, because I'd never actually planned a deck list, and just trying to get it to 40 cards. But yeah, so they arrived shortly after, and then I was waiting for this to arrive a few days after that. That's been waiting for a few days to be opened as well now. But I didn't go to locals last weekend, so I didn't bother. And I thought I would wait to see if these Skull Servants I've ordered from Croatia would arrive before I open this stuff. But now we're trying to force the issue. We think if we open these, then the Skull Servants, they'll have to arrive when there's nothing else to feature in a mail opening with them. But if I'm completely honest, I have now actually won some other bundles and stuff that will be arriving. So it can go with those anyway. So it's win-win really. So first of all, we've got the 2 Augmented Heraldry. Again, I don't know. It's 50-50 on whether I actually do already own these. There was a lot of stuff going on when World Superstars came out. Heraldic Beasts weren't my first priority, so I might not have ever actually gotten more than 1 copy of it. But it's a pretty good card. I've not seen an awful lot of like serious deck lists about this, but I look on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro, which is a mistake. Looking at deck lists on there always just winds me up. But people only play 1 copy of this, and I'm yet to work out why. Apart from possibly the fact that you don't necessarily have that discard all the time, but the discard is good in the archetype. So yeah, I don't know, but the blanket effect of protecting your Psychic Xyz monsters is really, really good. And as a general recap for the deck, I only got to play it 1 round against Shining Sarcophagus, because we decided to play like a big character game to round off the evening after that. But it was surprisingly leggy. It got super polymerization 3 times, and it still managed to bounce back. Granted, my opponent couldn't really, you know, go beyond the super polymerization, but, you know, it is what it is. And it's rather frightening that a deck as random as Heraldic Beast just happens to have stuff in it that you can generic super poly fuse into without like any effort. Like the fact that the super poly targets are so generic now, you can just take any random thing like Heraldic Beast and super poly with them 3 times. I was very impressed with that. It's a bit frightening. I think it's a bit frightening anyway. And then this other thing we got is for the Pegasus character deck. It is a collector's rare Eye of Illusion, and isn't that really nice? It's really quite subtle actually, this one. It could just be the matte sleeve kind of dulling the grain of the hollow a bit, but oh, actually, I mean, yeah, it's pretty nice. it's pretty nice out the sleeve as well. The spiraling is absolutely beautiful on that. But basically what I was thinking was that, like, with the kind of, it kind of still has the holofoil border with the matte covering, and you can still see the graining if you try, but it just makes the eye pop so much. Like, you've got the holofoil around the side and then the eye just bursting out. Very beautiful. I've been meaning to get this from my Pegasus character deck, well, since it came out. But I really didn't want to pay like £2 for a regular copy when I could get a collector's rare for £6. So we got the collector's rare, and that'll go in Pegasus, and hopefully we'll finally get around to profiling that relatively soon. But that'll bring this Yu-Gi-Oh! Mail opening to an end. As I said, there's another one due relatively soon, so that should hopefully be out relatively soon. And for now, if you did enjoy this, please do like, comment, and subscribe. Check out the DSW Tabletop playlist in the end screen for more Yu-Gi-Oh! Videos. And I really do appreciate you guys joining me, so thank you all for watching, and goodbye. And that I have loads of mail to open, and I can't